Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Not quite there yet, very soon. There is an incident that's occurred, this time in Edinburgh, and there's another tribunal resulting from it. And this involves trans people and women and their rights. And this one is so beyond the pale, it makes you wonder if all sanity has left the building. We have a new hero. We must back this woman. Her name is Maria Kelly. She's an engineer. And she works for a company called Leonardo UK. And she's taking her employers to an industrial tribunal over the treatment she's received at work. And oh my God. This one, it just blows your mind. What goes through the minds of these people? This is a woman who was forced, shall we say, to, and I'm going to apologise in advance because some people may find this a bit off-putting or, but we've got to be honest. Honesty is the best policy. There was a woman who was forced to wash away menstrual blood in the presence of a man. Now, her boss has admitted at the tribunal that doing this was a violation of dignity. She began using a secret toilet, as she's calling it, at her workplace after this incident, which happened in March 2023. When we go through this story, you're going to say, do these people not learn? Are these people, but also what's actually wrong with them? Something in their head must be broken, right? An engineer's dignity would have been violated if she had to wash menstrual blood off her hands in a female bathroom where a trans colleague was present. The vice president at her employer has actually admitted that to the employment tribunal. Andrew Letton, his name, he is Leonardo's vice president of people, whatever that means. He's an HR guy, really, isn't he? He said he was not aware of the incident itself. He said, but he agreed it would have been distressing for Maria Kelly if that occurred. Now, Maria Kelly has raised concerns about transgenders using female toilets, and now she's taking this legal action against her employer, Leonardo UK. She's lodged a complaint alleging harassment for her, direct and indirect discrimination against her, as well as other minor issues relating to this. And she's saying that what the company have done and how they've gone about this is clearly biased. Now, she works for this company. It's an aerospace defence company, Leonardo's. And she'd told the tribunal that she began using a secret toilet at her workplace because she kept encountering a man in the female bathroom. Now, Naomi Cunningham, familiar name to many because Naomi Cunningham is also the defence lawyer for Sandy Peggy. So I think Naomi Cunningham is going to be very well versed in these issues. She's represented Mrs. Kelly, or Miss Kelly, I'm not sure he's married, but Miss Kelly. And she was cross-examining this guy, Mr. Letton, Andrew Letton, at the tribunal yesterday. She asked him about the incident, and that her client had described, and he basically admitted the things that she said Maria Kelly described and gave evidence that she first encountered a man entering the women's toilets near her desk after she had been washing blood from her hands after dealing with menstrual flow. And she asked this guy, Andrew Letton, do you accept that the state of affairs was a violation of her dignity? And he said he was not aware of the situation, as I said, but he agreed it would have been distressing. He said it would have been a violation. So he's got that now. That's now on record for her. But this is where it starts getting weird, and this is why I think this is another story that I think we're going to have to cover. Miss Kelly has a choice of either using the toilets right by her desk or walking through an atrium to toilets with more privacy, or using, quote, the accessible toilet, the toilet for disabled people. Mr. Letton did not think that this constituted a violation of her dignity for using the facilities, but he did agree that having a man in there would have been. Okay, that's an argumentative point, which I'm not going to go into at this point in it. Or I wouldn't have, except as of January this year, January 2025, the ladies' toilets were rebadged as WC, but no change was made to the men's toilets. So the men's toilets were still labelled as men's toilets, but the ladies' toilets were simply WC, not ladies' toilets. In other words, unisex. They made the ladies' toilets unisex, but the men were men only. Now, the judge covering this tribunal asked Mr. Letton why the ladies was rebadged as unisex but not the men's, to which he replied, I think one of the reasons was it was not rebadged because it still had urinals in it. That sounds like a bullshit answer. Why does the ladies' toilet have urinals in it? Why are they not providing a ladies-only facility in keeping with the law? Leonardo UK are now, I think, in serious trouble because the law is you have to provide sex-related toilets, male and female, and men cannot go in the ladies and ladies cannot go in the men's. Now, they're going to argue, yes, but that wasn't made clear, etc. It doesn't make one jot of difference if it's, quote, made clear or not. The fact is that law has been in place since the 2010 Equality Act. So they have been breaking the law for at least 3 years. And there's no getting around that. So we have another lady here, Maria Kelly, who's about to win her tribunal, this time against Leonardo Limited. And their Vice President of People has just admitted that it would have been a loss of dignity, and therefore she's just already won. The tribunal continues. I just want to see how much money she's going to win from her employer and how quickly those toilets are going to be changed. Let me know what you think. Thanks very much. Goodbye.